Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all your support. I hope you're having an amazing day. In today's picker card reading, we're going to find out who is your future spouse. So, who is this person that you will end up marrying? And we're going to see who is your future spouse at their very core, their personality type, something about their physical appearance. Then we're also going to see what is your future spouse's life purpose or something about their career. And finally, we're going to look at how your connection with your future spouse is going to be like. So, yes, as you can see, for this reading, we have three piles here to choose from. You can select your group according to the image that you're feeling most intuitively drawn towards, or you can select according to your date of birth, whichever is more helpful for you. Once you've selected your pile, the timestamps for all the readings will be listed down below in the description box so that you can skip ahead to your personal reading. As always, know that this is a general reading. Everything that I say may or may not resonate with you. Please take only what resonates with you and what does speaks to you and leave the rest. And yeah, let's get into our reading. Hello, my dearest group 1. Welcome to your reading. If you have selected the first image or if your date of birth falls between 1 to 11, then this is your reading about who is your future spouse. So let's begin. We're going to start um, by looking at your person's overall energy. Like, who is this person at their very core? So let's see who is your future spouse. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Someone who has been through the vicissitudes of life, someone who has been shaped by the ups and downs of life. Yes, that's the first message that I'm receiving. We have progressions with journey. Interesting, we have a lot of circles here and we have this wheel. Okay, this wheel is also reminding me of the wheel of Dharma. So I see that your future spouse is someone who their moral conscience is very high. They always stick by their duty and they understand the difference between what is right and what is wrong. And even if like doing the right thing is always not so easy, but no matter how difficult it is, but your future spouse is someone who always they stand up for what is right, they stick by the truth. Yes, even if the entire world turns against them, but they will not back down from their duty and from what they think is the right thing to do. That is the first thing I see here. Again, we have progressions and journey, meaning, yes, your future spouse has been through many different phases in their life. Even if they, like when you meet them, they might not be very older, they might be in their late 20s and 30s, but they have seen a lot in their life. Perhaps someone who is in their 50s might not have seen as much as them. Yes, they've been through like many chapters in their life. That is one thing very prominent that I see here. The clock here tells me that your person is also someone who values uh, time a lot. um, they're also very punctual. Like, if they have to be somewhere at 10 o'clock, then this person, no matter um, how busy they are or what is happening, but they are going to be there at that specific time. And they also really respect other people who value their time. Okay. Yes. We have the light, happiness, and belief. This is someone who can find joy in the little things. They don't like, in order to be happy, your future spouse doesn't, they don't need any fancy things, okay? They can find joy in the very mundane and ordinary things of life. Especially, I see that your person loves to be in the nature, around animals. Yes, and they like to observe things in nature. They, you know, this leaf is reminding me like they could love trees, or how in the sunlight, when there is a breeze, how in the shadows you see all of the leaves dancing. So they find a lot of happiness in these things. They might also love to click pictures of the nature, especially, yes, anything beautiful they find around them, they're just going to click many pictures of that thing, whether it is a tree, whether it's the clouds, the moon, birds, animals. Yes, this is definitely someone who can find a sense of delight in the everyday things. We have twin frames. Okay, I feel like this is misspelled. It's flames, twin flames, strong soulmate, telepathic, spiritual, divine connection. Wow. Okay, so for some of you, this is a very strong confirmation that your future spouse is your soulmate, is your twin flame. There is a very strong spiritual connection that I see between you and this person, and you're going to recognize this very instantly. I also see that your person believes in the concept of soulmates and twin flames and like divine counterpart, and they know this in their heart that there is someone out there who is going to be like their right person. Okay, I also see that your person is a one man or one woman type of a person. They don't like the casual relationship stuff. They will not get into a relationship until they know that it has a long term potential. Okay, yes, they'd rather stay single than involving themselves into a relationship or with someone where they feel there is no future. That is also something I see. They're very serious when it comes to relationships and love. They don't take these things as a joke or as something very casual. Yes. Wow. Okay, this is so beautiful. We have the two bunnies playing here, and then we have these two people. You two are going to be just perfect, and you're going to create your own little haven. Yes, you're just so right for each other. That is what I see here. Okay, with the clock, oh, we have joy again. Oh, I love this card. What was yes, I was saying with the clock and the twin flames, I also see this energy of divine timing here. And we have the Wheel of Fortune as well. So you have some very big cards. The way you're going to meet your future spouse, there is a greater plan that I see working behind the scenes, okay? It's not something random or something that will just happen very casually. No, there is a whole story working behind the wheels. Yes. And we have joy. See? Again, I just see that even though your person has been through some difficult stuff in their life, and like, yes, they have seen, like, at some point, life was just so good, just so magical. But then in other moments, something happens and everything just falls apart. So it's like your person has seen both the sides, the good stuff and the ugly stuff. However, they have not let those experiences make them bitter or make them hate life in any way. Yes, in fact, it's like the difficult times have taught them the true value of the little things in life. The things that maybe in day-to-day life might seem very trivial, but then your person understands how important those things are and how you can hold on to them during the times where things are not so easy. Okay, so yes, here it says affirmation, surroundings, light, and beauty. Your person is like sunshine. I would say that, and wherever they go, okay, we have these freckles. So perhaps they could have some freckles on their face or some scars. Um, they have very beautiful eyes. That is also something that I see here. We have all of these flowers blooming. So yes, wherever your person goes, they leave this trail of joy and magic. And again, this is someone who they don't need the fancier things to be happy. Or like your future spouse is someone who can find joy, beauty, hope wherever they are, even though things might not be perfect, okay? But they can find a sense of contentment. Yes, that is one thing. That is one of the most beautiful um, things about your partner. And yes, even in the most darkest times, this person will never let go of hope. That is one of the things that I'm seeing here. And I see that whenever this person is going to enter your life, they will bring a lot of joy and luck with them. Yes, they're very unique. They have a very beautiful way in which they approach life, in which they see things, and and you will be amazed. Like, how is it even possible? How is it possible that this person is so joyful and happy, even though they have been through some of the most, like life has been cruel for them at times. But yes, I feel like it is the difficult times that have taught them how to find happiness in the little things. Okay, they're very wise. That is one thing I see here. They have a very hermit like approach in the way how they see things and how they live their life. Yes, there is a lot of wisdom hidden in them. And I also see that your person is someone who's very quiet. They're very reserved, introvert, and not because they're shy necessarily, but they like to keep things to themselves, okay? And they don't interact with people as much, except for like if it is for work purpose. But otherwise, they love their solitude. They love to be with themselves. They love to be around nature. And yes, they even in their solitude, they can find many reasons to be happy and content. That is what I see here. Okay, that is beautiful. I'm loving this energy. It's like, I mean, this happiness or this hope, they have in them, it's not shallow. It's not like toxic positivity or something. No, it's they are very deep. Okay, they understand what life is truly all about, and they also know that life is not always going to be perfect, or things won't go always according to your plan. Sometimes, yes, sometimes you will have to face challenges. There will be grief and sorrow and pain and suffering and heartbreak. But this person has found a way in which they will not let these emotions to drown them. Yes, they I feel like their hope is their anchor. This sense of positivity that they have in them is something that helps them to remain grounded and sane um, during the challenging times. That is what I see here. Yes. Okay, now let's see something about their personality type. Your person is very, very deep. Yes. And again, they don't like things that are shallow. They things that don't have any meaning to them. They feel everything so deeply. Let's see something about their personality type. We have Seven of Wands. Yes, again, the Seven of Wands. See, even though all of these wands are against them, but this person is standing their ground. So yes, even if everyone turns against them, but they will stick by the truth. It's not like just because, it's getting inconvenient, it's getting difficult, they will back down from their responsibilities or from their sense of duty. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. We have Five of Pentacles. Maybe they come from a very humble background. Things previously have not been easy, especially when it comes to finances. They they have seen poverty and they've had to sacrifice so many things. And we have a Four of Swords. Okay. All right. With the okay, first let's talk about the zodiac signs. We have Libra, Taurus again, Virgo, and Leo. Okay, earth signs are more prominent, and I was feeling this here as well. So, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, these could be significant zodiac signs, but Leo is also important here. Yes, I do see this balance of fire and earth in them. This person has, like, they are very passionate, okay? They are very ambitious. They want to do big things in their life, but at the same time they know how to ground this energy. Like, this is not someone who will let their ambitions to overpower them, to like they will not follow their ambitions to the point where it makes their life miserable. Okay, yes, they know how to balance everything. That is what I see. The Ace of Pentacles tells me, like, your person is very, very, very hardworking. They're very smart, diligent, and persevering. I see that financially they will create a very solid foundation in their life. At some point I see that this person has built their empire. Okay, your person could be a businessman or an entrepreneur. That's the kind of energy that I see here. But yes, financially they, despite how things have been for them in their childhood, but they will surpass all of those challenges, and they've made their way all the way to the top is what I see here. So, yes, the Seven of Wands tells me that there is this fire and passion and this sense of duty in them, which they will never abandon. And also, your person is someone who understands themselves on a very deeper level. Your future spouse knows who they are, okay? And they will not pretend to be someone else just to fit in, just so that people can accept them. Yes. Um, Ace of Pentacles tells me that your person is very resourceful. And also, I see like this is someone who knows how to be grateful for the little things. Okay. Again, it's the same message. So it's one of the one of the biggest things that will help them to attract these bigger opportunities in their life is their sense of gratitude. Yes, they say that a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles, and that is exactly what I see for your person as well. And your person knows how to be happy, like with what they have, while working on their bigger goals and ambitions and dreams. But it's not like this is not someone who is always desperate to just have more and more. Yes. When they have done enough, they once in a while, like this is someone who likes to acknowledge how far they have come and how much they already have. That is what I see. The Five of Pentacles here tells me that sometimes they might feel isolated because again, the type of person they are and the type of partner they're looking for, it is not very easy to find that person. So sometimes, and as I said, your person will not involve themselves into something like a casual relationship. So yes, sometimes they do feel lonely, and like they have this longing for the right person, their right partner. Yes, that is something I see here. And then we have the Four of Swords. So your person, they're very like from inside, this is someone who's very peaceful. Yes, they have a sense of calm in them, and no matter what happens externally, those things cannot disturb their inner foundation, their inner peace. Yes, even in the most chaotic times, your person, uh, they will not lose their anchor. That is what I see, and they have the ability to make the right decisions even in the difficult times. That is something what I see here. They also value rest a lot. Again, this is not someone who's always hustling or always on the go. No, they like once in a while, they like to take a break, a step back from all the noise, all the work, all the external things. And they love to connect with nature, with their intuition, with they like to spend time with their loved ones, their family, their friends, because as I said, they value their connections a lot. And even though they may not have a lot of friends, like perhaps they just have one friend, but they value their friendship a lot. Okay, so yes, no matter how busy they are, but they do take out some time to be with their family and their loved ones, is what I see here. Okay, so now let's see something about the physical appearance. This person, again, they know how to balance this fiery energy with the sense of stability they have in them. Yes. Wow, you've got the 10 of cups. Okay. This person is very beautiful, and you may not able to, like, especially when you meet them for the first time, you may not able to exactly tell like what is it about them that is so beautiful, because it's it's their energy that is radiating more than their physical appearance. It's something about their aura that is so peaceful and magical. Yes. They could have a strong arms, or like they like to do the strength training, or they like to go to gym. That is one thing I see. But yes, I feel like the first thing you're going to notice about them is just how you feel when you're around them. It's their energy that you will notice first. We have Page of Rods. That is a Page of Wands. They are young. They could be younger than you, not too much, but yes, they like a year or two maybe. But even if they're not, they appear to be very young. Like they have maintained their body and their looks very well. Yes. Okay, again, I'm noticing the nose here, and I was noticing it here as well. I feel like they have a beautiful nose. It could be a little bit pointed, but it's just beautiful. They could have a mole on their nose, or maybe just some freckles. They have a fair complexion. That is something I see here. A very youthful personality they have. Oh my goodness, you've got the Wheel of Fortune again. I, like the message I'm receiving is that wherever they go, they just change the winds there. They change the entire energy. I don't know, they have this they bring this sense of fate with them. Yes. I don't know what it even means, but it's like their presence. It's very powerful. Yes, they have a very strong personality, is what I see here. And even if they are in the background, not talking to anyone, but you will still notice them. Like, yeah, something about them will just make you curious to know about this person, where they come from, what was their life like. Yes, they kind of make you curious. Let's get one more card. I don't know why I'm not able to get specific details about the physical appearance, but the messages are coming about their energy rather than their physical appearance. It's like they have a very strong presence. You could even feel intimidated in the beginning, not scary, not scared, but yes, it's like a bit intimidated. You might feel. Okay, we're gonna have to cover this up. We have the star. Oh, isn't that lovely? Wow, you've got two major arcanas here. And again, the star, they just bring this energy of light and hope with them. Okay, the star also tells me that your future spouse has beautiful eyes. And it's like you can read their eyes. Yes, their eyes could be very twinkly as well, just like the stars. But again, it's something about their energy that makes you feel so attracted towards this person. Look at this. You've got the star, the rainbow, the wheel of fortune. Yes, this person, they're very rare. I would say that. They're very, it's very difficult to find someone like them these days. And once you have found them, for you, it's going to be like a dream come true. This is exactly the type of partner that you're looking for in your life, that you are trying to manifest. Yes, and we have a strong presence of destiny in your cards. So the way this divine plan and destiny will bring you together, it's simply magical. That is what I see in your cards. Okay, so when it comes to their physical appearance, their nose and their eyes are going to be very prominent and like their most beautiful feature. Um, as I said, they have a fair complexion. They have a strong a body type, like strong arms, or like you're going to know this person works out a lot. Okay, they take very good care of their body, of their health. That is also something that I see here. They may love to dress up very affluently. Like, yes, their sense of style is very elegant, very classic. That is also something I see. Very luxurious. Yes. All right. So now let's see something about their career or their life purpose. Let's see something about their career and their life purpose. Oh God, that's a lot. Wow, you've got the magician. That is beautiful. Yes, this person is the magician. And I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is saying the same thing. Like your person knows how to shift things in their favor. You know, no matter how difficult things are, they're going to find an opportunity. And instead of just complaining and complaining, this is someone who likes to work things out. Okay? They will always find a solution. That is what I see here. And we have the genie's lamp. So yes, whatever big dreams and these beautiful things that your person wants to manifest in their life, they will able to do them all. That is what I see. And we have all of these grapes, which is this energy of abundance and prosperity. Yes, this is exactly, how I was saying here, that your person at some point in the future, they have built their castle and they're living their dream life. The magician card also tells me that your person, they have a bigger purpose. They have big dreams, and this is someone who is not afraid of working hard. It's not like this person is just daydreaming and thinking about stuff and doing nothing. No, once they know what they want, once they have their clarity, they will just get to the work and nothing will able to stop them until they have fulfilled their dreams. Yes. I also see like with this genie's lamp, not only they fulfill their own wishes, but they're also very they also fulfill the dreams and wishes of their loved ones, of other people. Yes. They like once in a while, they do all of these beautiful things for their loved ones. Yes, this is someone who's not always about themselves. They like to care for others. They like to, nothing makes them happy to see their loved ones happy. Yes. For example, their parents, they've always wanted to travel the world, but because earlier things were difficult financially, they did not have that much money, so they sacrificed a lot. And now when this person has become so successful and they have all the money and luxuries, the first thing that they're going to do is fulfill all the dreams of their parents. They're going to buy them a house, car, they will take them to these beautiful places. So, yes, even though they're so busy in their life and they have so much to do, but they have not forgotten those lost dreams of their parents. That's the kind of person your future spouse is. Wow, this is just making me so emotional. They have a beautiful heart. Yes. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have the Emperor. Wow. I've like, many times with the Emperor, I just get this message like someone who has built their empire. And I've already told you this twice in your reading. So here we have the same message, the Emperor. Your person is the leader. That is their energy. This is someone who's meant to be uh, a leader or a guide, a mentor, a teacher. This is someone who will achieve a lot of success in their life. The Emperor is the king. Wow. I feel like your person is like career wise, I see someone as an entrepreneur, a CEO, or someone who's at the top, just taking care of things, managing things, making these big decisions. So that's the kind of role I see for them. Yes, the Magician and the Emperor, these are very powerful energies. Um, I feel like your person has a lot to offer. They, whatever they do, whatever work or field they are in, they are the expert. That is what I see here. And like there are people who are dependent on them or who look up to them for the right opinions, the right guidance. Yes. The emperor is also someone who brings things in order, in balance. So yes, I feel like your person is like they have this responsibility of making these big decisions and just getting things in order. Yes. Your person could also be like someone who represents a firm or a company. They could be a lawyer or a judge. Yes, but it's like again, people depend on their decisions and on their guidance. That is what I see here. Okay, so now let's see what your connection with your future spouse is going to be like. What your connection with your future spouse is going to be like. We have stay strong, courage, loyalty, truth. Fight for love, but choose your battles wisely. Again, you see someone working out and like their arms are so strong. I was receiving this message here, so okay. But yes, I feel like something they value most in a relationship is loyalty and truth. Okay. And this is someone who will always stand by you. Yes, they're going to fight for your love and for this beautiful connection that you have. No matter how difficult things get, you can always depend on your future spouse. This person is very trustworthy and very dependable, and they're very responsible as well. I see that the foundation of your relationship is very solid right from the beginning. Yes, everything is very clear, and I feel like you both are someone who just you are very strong personalities in yourself, and you value being authentic. have calmer waters, getting rid of upheaval and leaving the drama behind, quiet times following. This takes me back to the to where I was saying, like, you are going to create your own little haven where there is peace, there is happiness, there is joy, there is so much serenity that I see here. Yes. I feel like one of the most beautiful things about your connection is that you will know how to navigate your way through the difficult times, through the chaotic times. Because, as I said, this person knows that life is not always going to be perfect or constant, stable. No, that is not how it happens. Sometimes, yes, sometimes things are good, perfect, but there are other times where we have to go through these storms and so many challenges. But the external things will never able to affect your the foundation of your connection. That is what I see here. Yes, you will find a sense of peace and belonging with each other. That is what I'm seeing. I feel like you both are very you're both very clear about what you want right from the beginning. Okay, there is no pretense or no hiding your true emotions, anything like that I see here. Yes, the very, like, truth is the very foundation of your relationship. And yes, sometimes truth hurts, but at the same time, it makes things more easy. It makes things more clear. So even when you communicate, you just, you like to keep things clear. Rather than hiding what you feel or what you think, you're going to say what you feel is right. And I feel like you both respect that quality about each other, is what I see here. Because of this, I see like there are not going to be many arguments or fights between you and your future spouse. Yes, you won't have that unnecessary drama in your relationship. Yes. Let's take one more card. We have wish granted. Oh, I'm so happy we have this card because I did say that with the star and the 10 of cups, for you this person is like a wish come true, and even for them, I mean, of course you have the twin flames, so yes, you're just perfect and right for each other. It becomes a fairy tale when you make it real. Magic, effort, results. Yes, you're going to just write this beautiful story. There is something very otherworldly about your relationship with each other. But at the same time, it is very real. It's not just a fantasy, it is very real and very grounded and very stable. Yes. But on the whole, life is going to seem like a fairy tale with this person. Every day, you know, you're going to have this realization. Every day, you will just know in your heart that you are with the right person. Okay? So, yes, this is what I have for you. My dear pal number one, I hope this reading resonated with you and provided you with some guidance or any answers that you were looking for. If it did, please do like this video and subscribe my channel. Once again, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a magical rest of your day and I will see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, my dearest pile number two. Welcome to your reading. If you have selected the second image or if your date of birth falls between 12 to 21, then this is your reading about who is your future spouse. So let's begin your reading. Let's start with the first question that we're looking at is, who is your person at their very core? Who is your future spouse? Um, let's see, who is your future spouse at their very core? Wow, you've got the star. How beautiful. healer. Yes, that's the first thing I see here. Someone who is very empathetic, very like their words are so comforting, so healing. Wow, you've got the sun. Okay, that is just beautiful. We have fire with creativity, strength. Sun and fire. Lots of passion that I see in this person. There is this fire they have in them to make it big, you know? They have big ambitions, big dreams. And they also have a big purpose in this lifetime. Yes, that is what I'm able to pick up. We have balance, harmony, equilibrium, centered, calm. See, we have the sun and the moon both on the scales. So we have the sun, moon, and the star. They could be a star seed. Yes, this person is very spiritual. That is also something I see. We have closed off, guarded, resistance, pride, defensive, wounded, warrior. Okay, the star and this card tells me that they could have, like, it's giving me the strong Chiron, like energy, the energy of a wounded healer. Yes. I feel like they, at some point, their heart has been broken. Um, Things have fell apart, and that event or that experience was the beginning for them towards this spiritual journey. Like for some time, they were in this energy of pain and grief, but that is when they have found their bigger purpose. Eventually, things started to make sense, and your person is like a beacon of light for others. Your person is someone who is going to guide people, especially in their spiritual journey. Yes. Spirituality is their purpose, is what I see here. And I feel like whatever these bitter experiences they have been through in their life was the reason why they have chosen this path. Yes, they could also be a soldier. That is also something I see. So they have seen a lot of fights, wars. They have seen people killed in front of them, something like this. Like they have seen some grotesque and gruesome things. And it has just changed them completely. Yes. Okay. How they say, like, the wound is the place where the light enters you. And that is what I see for you, your person as well. The heartbreaks, the pain, and the suffering they have been through in their life was the beginning of their spiritual awakening. And them following this bigger purpose that they're meant to fulfill in this lifetime. Yes, during those difficult times, they have realized some bigger truths about life, is what I see here. Okay, so this is a very intense energy. Like I feel very heavy in my heart right now. Yes. Despite the darkness and the heaviness and the heartbreak, we have a lot of hope and light here. The star, the sun. This is all about healing. This is all about recognizing the divine light. So, yes, your person is very spiritually awakened. They feel very connected with the source, with the greater power, the greater forces of this universe. Fire element is very strong here. So fire signs could be important, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. But yeah, I also see that your person is very creative. They, and again, they have a very unique way of approaching things. They have an artist in them. They they could be a writer. They could write poetry. They could even paint or play an instrument. This card is like, this figure is telling me your person could be a nomad. Like they like to travel from one place to another, and they're always traveling. Yes, they're always exploring and seeking adventure. Yes. They, like, this is someone who cannot sit still. That is one thing I see here. Because if they do, they will start to get very restless. Yeah, so you'll always see them like either they're walking or doing some activity, but it's very rare that you see them doing nothing, or just you see them being very still. Okay, so what I see here is that with the star and the sun, your person has been through this, what we call as the dark night of the soul. And in that darkness, they have found their inner light. Okay, they have found their inner strength, they have found their purpose. And once they have, there is no going back. They, as I said, your future spouse is someone who, they have a bigger purpose in this lifetime, and it has to do something about helping others navigate through their life journey, through, especially like in their spiritual journey. Your person is going to help them to reach the light, to reach the other side of all the challenges and the darkness and the chaos, you know Yes, and at some point they have been in this extreme like despair and grief, but slowly they have emerged out of that energy. They have they have found their way out of that abyss, is what I see here. They could be a philosopher as well, and I see like they are going to, either they love to read books on philosophy, or they're going to write their own book. Yes, from their own experience and their own life journey, they're going to put all of that into a book, and it's going to be a huge hit. Like, that book is going to resonate with so many people. That is what I see here. This card tells me that your person has a sense of justice in them, okay? They, I was saying this in pile number one as well, and that's the same message I'm receiving here. Your future spouse understands the difference between the right and wrong. And somewhere they are the medium of the divine justice. Yes, that is also a message I'm receiving. This person who's going to serve justice to others. Okay, wherever there is injustice, wherever there is chaos, your person is going to be there to bring things in balance and in order. That is their biggest purpose in life, and that is who they are at their very core. Even if they, like even in their earlier days, when they don't know what they are here to do, what their purpose is, but they will have this sense of righteousness in them. Okay, they, yes, they will speak the truth and they will stand by the truth, is what I'm seeing. Your person understands the duality of life. Yes, that is what we see with the sun and the moon, the dark side and the light side. And they know how to integrate it, you know, how to embrace this in between period, and at the same time looking towards the new horizons where they see light and beauty and happier times. Yes, your future spouse is someone who is very hopeful in their heart. And though they accept the reality of life, but it's their hope that, anchors them. Yes, that guides them towards making the right decisions. That is what I see here. Okay, let's see what else we have. Let's see what is your future spouse's personality. They have a very, like with all of the purple hair, And the way this girl is dressed up, I see they have a very unique way of presenting themselves. People may find it weird, but it's just their style, and it's there's something very celestial. Yes, they may also wear like these bracelets or necklace with a sun charm or star charm or moon charm, something like this. Their aesthetic is very whimsy, is what I see. Yes, and they feel very connected to these greater powers, to the sun. Like they find a kinship with the stars and with the moon. That's the kind of person this is. Cat could be their favorite animal. They have a pet. They have like maybe they have like two kittens. Yes, they love cats. That is what I see. Your person is also very intuitive, very psychic. They could be a tarot card reader or someone who has a deeper knowledge about astrology, about the planets. They could read your chart, they could read your Akashic records, something like this. Yes, they're very in tune with their inner wisdom. Let's see what is their personality type. Your person, yes, they are very spiritual and they have these rituals. Maybe they do a mala jap, or uh, they have their altar, they meditate, they light these candles or a diya, something like this. They go to the temple. Yes, they're very, very spiritual. Wow, you've got the tower. Yes, this again, it tells me that your person has they have seen suffering from very close. They have seen things falling apart. We have Queen of Swords. Okay, so again, this tells us this is someone who they have this sense of justice in them. They're going to speak the truth and they're going to stand by the truth. Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, for the zodiac signs, we have Scorpio, we have Libra and Virgo, Pisces, and Gemini. But I'm receiving a strong Leo energy as well with the sun and the fire. Yes, the zodiac sign Leo is quite prominent, as well as the water sign Scorpio. Okay, so the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune tells me that there is something very unpredictable about this person. Like you cannot put this person into a specific category. They're very different, very unique, and very, as I said, unpredictable. And not that they'll just do things out of their whim. No, but they don't like to be defined in a certain way. You know how Oscar Wilde says that to define yourself meaning is to limit yourself, and they don't like that. Your person is ever changing, ever evolving, always learning and just expanding. That is who they are. We have Jupiter here twice, so their energy is very expansive. They are always up to some or the other adventure and they love to travel and to explore. Yes, they, even like by the time you have met them, they will have traveled many countries, many continents. That is what I see. Their emotions could be sometimes very fluctuating. Like they go through these phases, okay, where suddenly, and perhaps it is because, I don't know why I'm receiving this message, but they have seen something very grotesque in their childhood. And that is something that will just stay with them forever. And sometimes they go into the state of mind where everything is so gloomy and they feel very suffocated by things. Yes. They feel very trapped in their emotions, in their mind, in their circumstances, and they become very restless. They almost feel very helpless in that situation. Yes, but I feel like when your person is going to start evolving in their spiritual journey, they will learn how to deal with their emotions, with their shadow self, with their fears, with the darkness in them. They will know how to navigate their way through these things and how to connect with their inner hope. Yes. They will go through these many phases in their spiritual journey. Yes. And each time, they will, it's like they're unlocking these bigger truths, this higher consciousness that will help them to become more stable and more grounded in their life, but at the same time, they are going to become anchor for others as well. Yes. And this Queen of Swords, again, your person is very independent. They don't like when other people try to control them, okay? They're very free spirited. And yes, and any time someone tries to restrict them in rules, or they try to like fit them into the standards of society, your person will start to suffocate and they will not able to survive in these situations. They'll just try to run away from such people and from these so-called standards of the society. But your person is someone who is very honest. They are very responsible, discerning, and they have clear boundaries, okay? They don't allow anyone to access their energy. They're very, very private about their life, their emotions, and everything that they have been through in their life. And even people who are very close to them, they might not able to tell like what's going on inside them. Their emotions and their inner world is very sacred to them, and they will open up only once they feel safe with the other person. Okay? Yes, it's very difficult for your future spouse to communicate their true feelings and emotions. But they will once they have found someone, who will try to understand them on a much deeper level, with someone where they are going to feel safe, and not like someone is trying to scrutinize them or judge them or trying to define them. Yes. Your person is very flexible. That is also something I see. So it's like, they know how to, or at least they have learned in their life, they have learned how to adjust themselves to the different seasons of life. That is what I see here. So now let's see something about the physical appearance. We have, wow, 10 of Pentacles. Okay. We have 3 of Swords. Again, this tells us that this person has, they have had their heart broken many times. Yes. They're very sensitive from inside, Like from outside, they may appear to be very strong and powerful, but from inside, their heart is fragile. They It's like someone may be just joking around, or they're just saying things humorously, but yes, it kind of stings. For your person, they might take that joke or that comment to their heart, okay? And it might just break them. It's like they have these traumas from their childhood or from their earlier life, and something still trigger them, okay? So you have to be a little careful around this person. Yes. But that is the reason why your person is so empathetic, and they understand the pain of others, okay? Yes, because they have been through this in their own life, and they know what heartbreak is, what grief is. Yes. They could also be a little conscious about their looks. Um, yeah, they're very shy. That is also something that I see here. And we have temperance. Okay, this is again the energy of balance, of alchemy, of someone who knows how to integrate the light and the shadows. Okay, I see physically your person is very, like, they have very balanced features. Okay, their height is medium to tall, their body type is like, again, very medium. They're not very slim or they're not too chubby. They There is a sense of moderation that I see here. Yes, this is something you're going to find in their facial expressions as well. Everything is very, like, almost perfect. Yes, nothing is out of place. Nothing is um out of balance in their appearance. That is what I see. So, like, their lips and their eyes, their nose, they're very perfectly shaped. Okay? Um this person is very beautiful. Like, yes, they're very charming, very beautiful, and there's something very ethereal about them. Yes, the Temperance card tells me that there's something very mystical, magical about this person. Their skin could be a bit pale, but other than that, their features are very, very beautiful. Yes. This Three of Swords also tells me that, like, the first time when you meet this person, you can see or you can feel like this is someone who has been wounded. Okay, maybe it's something that you read in their eyes or the way they speak. There is something rather melancholic about them, but at the same time, like, no matter how much pain they have in their heart, but they will try to spread joy around them. you know they will they'll try to make you laugh, make you happy. Yes, that's who they are. That is what we see with the Sun card as well. Their heart is very precious. You see this gem here. So I just see that, yes, that their heart is very special and sensitive. That is something you need to be mindful of when once you know this person. Sometimes things can, even though they may seem trivial to others, but they hurt them on a very deeper level. So that is what I see. Okay, this is like a true beauty. Truly, it's like once you meet them, you're going to see, like, God has taken extra time to create them, because everything about them is just so beautiful. Yeah. All right. But it's, again, this beauty is not shallow kind. It's the divine beauty that you're going to see in this person. It's not made up. Um, yes, this temperance card, again, it's like this angelic or this divine beauty that you're going to recognize in them. Let's see something about their career and their life purpose. We have the Five of Cups. Okay, just a moment. And we have the Six of Pentacles. 5 and 6. Okay. The Five of Cups is the card of loss and sorrow. And again, I was saying that it's, whatever this experience was, this is the foundation of their purpose. Okay, and that is what I see here as well. Your future spouse is someone who has found a purpose in their suffering, and it's in fact their pain that has taught them how to be kind and compassionate towards others. That is what I see, because Six of Pentacles is, in this we see the person, who's being very generous, and they're doing a service to others. So your person could be a philanthropist, or like they could work in these non-profit organizations on the side, something like this. But I also see that your person is very much into philosophy, arts, literature, humanities. So that could be like the main career. They could be a writer or a professor, a teacher who, yes, who teaches about the different philosophies, different philosophers, um, literature, and all of this. That is their main field, is what I see here. But again, on the side, they serve this bigger purpose towards humanity, towards helping others, towards giving, whether it is their time, their energy, money, resources. But yes, they like to help others. They are very kind and generous. Yes, that is what I see when it comes to their career and their life purpose. Their life purpose is to just make this world a better place. And because they themselves have been through this pain, they understand it on a much, much deeper level. Okay. Yes. And I was saying in the beginning as well with the fire energy, like your future spouse is someone who's very creative and they are an artistic soul. So, art is the way through which they communicate their emotions and their feelings. Whatever they cannot say or speak, they're going to put it into their art, into their poetry, whatever they do. Yes. They also read a lot. Yeah. Okay, so now let's see. Again, this tells me that your person is they're very deep and sensitive. Like sometimes there is this chaos in them, and it takes some time for them to find their way out of this. Yes. Now let's see what your connection with your person is going to be like. What your connection with your future spouse is going to be like. Fan the flames, renewal, romance, care, doing what it takes to keep the passion alive. Wow. And look at all of the firecrackers. There is celebration that I see here. This evergreen love and passion between you and your future spouse. There's poetry in your love, in the way you express your emotions to each other. It's a very romantic kind of connection I see here. Yes. And not the kind of romance that is going to fade away with time. No. This is something much deeper. Even when you've become so old, like you are your grandparents, still this love and this romance, this passion is going to be there. Yes. It's reminding me of when Pam from The Office, she says that, when we are kids and we think that our parents are soulmate, my kids are going to be right about that. That is what I see here as well. Even your grandchildren, they're going to be like, they're going to see you as soulmates, as like just perfect for each other. Yes. We have baby steps, relaxed, deliberate, aware. Take your time and build your love slowly with care. I feel like you will have to make a little bit of an extra effort in this connection with your partner because for your future spouse, it's not easy to open their heart. It's not easy to open up their emotions. It's not easy to trust people, okay? So, but with them, it's going to feel right. Yes, it won't be like for you, it won't be an effort. It's just going to happen very naturally. But things are going to move rather slowly in the beginning, is what I see. But it's better. It's better this way. Yes, the slower and more mindfully you take things forward, you're laying a solid foundation for your connection. That is what I see. Again, the baby here is reminding me of this, like how fragile and delicate your person's heart is. But like you're going to understand their side of the story once they have told you everything they have been through. It's literally going to bring tears in your eyes, and you're going to see this person in a whole new light after that. Yes, you will never leave their side um, once you've known about their past or about the story. And we have plan ahead, prepare for a rainy day and stay flexible, adapt, foresight, and invest. Yes, I feel like you both are very future oriented people. And unless you don't see that potential with someone, you would not be in that relationship. Okay? And once you know this is your person and this is someone that you want to spend the rest of your life, that is when you start to plan your future with them. And also, it's like you both will have a same vision of what kind of life you want to create for yourself. Okay? um, what kind of a home you want, where you want to live, how many children you want. So yes, many things that you want in your lives are very similar, like what kind of a pet you're going to have, whether you're going to live in a countryside or in a city. Yes, all these kinds of things, so your vision is very similar to each other, and that is why you're going to understand each other, and um you will be there for each other no matter how difficult life gets. But your love will always win over those challenges, is what I see. That is how strong your connection and your understanding about each other is. Yes, I also see that you both are very practical. um, Even though you are very emotional, very sensitive, and very dreamy, but despite that, when you plan about the future, you like to consider the practicalities, okay? So, yes, you like to plan ahead. You like to prepare for the difficult times, for the rainy day, and you will adapt yourselves according to the changes and the challenges that will come your way. But yes, through it all, what is going to remain constant is your love for each other. And because right from the beginning, you have laid that solid foundation through understanding each other, through knowing about each other's past, and also about the vision or the dreams that you have for the future. And you find a sense of resonance, a sense of similarity, um, a sense of kinship. Yes, I also see that you're going to be each other's best friends. That's the kind of connection that I see here. Wow. Okay, so this is what I have for you, my dear pile number two. I hope this reading resonated with you and provided you with some guidance or any answers that you were looking for. If it did, please do like this video and subscribe my channel. Once again, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a magical rest of your day, and I will see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, my dearest file number three. Welcome to your reading. If you have selected the third image, or if your date of birth falls between 22 to 31, then this is your reading about who is your future spouse. So let's begin by looking at the overall energy, or like who is your person at the very core. Okay, let's see who is your future spouse at the very core. We have the Empress. Wow, what a beautiful energy. The Empress, she's the Shakti, the divine feminine. Yes, the energy of growth, abundance, fulfillment. She's also the mother, so um, this is someone who's a protector. They their energy is very gentle and very comforting. Yes, very nurturing. There is a sense of poise and elegance that I see in this energy. We have Mars with motion. Okay. Wow, a very opposite energy, okay? Because with the Empress, the energy is very soft. And then we have the Mars, which it's the energy of the fighter, of power, anger. Yes. Okay, let's get some more of your cards first. We have the number 22. The energy of Mars is also associated with Lord Hanumanji. So, with Lord Hanumanji, we see a devotee, a bhakt, someone who serves. Yes. Someone who's going to fight for the right cause. We have winter solstice with retreat darkness. The Empress is where these new ideas birth in them, in your person. Creative ideas, inspiration, and Mars is this drive, is this force that allows them to take action, to bring those ideas into the reality. Yes, that is what I'm seeing here. Your person knows exactly how to bring their vision into their reality, how to manifest their dreams. Red color is very symbolic here, this crimson red color. Yes, it's the color of passion. We have warrior. Wow, this is the Mars energy again. Focus, assertiveness, rise, and action. Yes, again, it's talking about that drive, the force, that it requires to convert these ideas into action, into reality. Your person is a fighter. Whether it is them fighting for their dreams, for their loved ones, but they're always willing to like they have a very protective energy, like they want to protect their loved ones, they want to protect their dreams. And if anyone tries to harm or cause a disturbance, this person is not going to sit still. That is what I see here. Yes, your person could get angry very soon. Like their blood is very boiling. Yes, they it's in their nature. They don't take any BS. This is not someone who's going to be very calm if someone is insulting their friends and their family, or something is even someone is if someone is insulting them. This person is going to speak out. They're going to take the stand, okay? Yes. With the fox, I also see someone who's very smart, like someone who's very, very intelligent and strategic. Yes. Okay. Let's get one more card. Their archetype is that of a warrior. We have nurture, protective. Yes, I was receiving this energy with the Empress and even with the Mars. Compassion, love, sincere feelings, wants to take care of you. Yes. This person is very, very, very dedicated towards their family, their loved ones, their friends. They just want to provide for them. They want to make them happy. They want to just be there for them. Yes. This person may not able to, like, they may not able to tell you in words how much they love you, but their actions are going to speak louder. Okay? They this is someone who shows up, who keeps their promises, who never steps away from their responsibilities. This is a very the energy I'm receiving here is that of the King of Pentacles, someone who's very reliable. You can trust this person, you can depend on them, you can, yes, you know that they will have your back. That is the kind of energy that I see. And again, overall, this is like how a mother, she will do anything to protect her child. That is the kind of energy that I see with this person. They would do anything to protect their friends, family, their spouse, their children, anyone that they love. And yes, their nature is very dependable. They're here to serve. Your person is also someone who's very strong, like mentally, physically, they are very powerful. And like I'm seeing someone who's very tall, muscular. They have a very defined face structure, like maybe they have a defined jawline, something like this. And again, the Mars energy is very action oriented. This person believes in doing the work rather than talking about it. Okay? If they have made a promise, they are going to fulfill it. Like you can just blindly trust this person. Yes, it's like your future spouse is like the backbone. Okay? Even in your family, they're going to be the backbone of your family. Okay? No matter how difficult the situation is, you will always able to trust this person, and you know that they will take you out of this situation. That is the kind of person that I see here. This card, actually, I don't know, this is why I'm receiving this message, but I see like maybe your future spouse, they don't like winter season that much. Like winter time is a very gloomy time for them, because with the Empress and Mars energy, this is someone who enjoys the summertime, the springtime. Okay, that is when they feel like, when the sun is out, that is when they feel most energetic. But when the days start to get shorter and when it's winter, the days are colder, they just feel like so depressed. I can relate with this energy. I hate winters too. So yes, they don't enjoy the winter season as much. It's like they go into their cocoon, or this hibernation mode in that time. They don't feel like doing anything. During winter season, it's like this person has lost all their inspiration and their ideas, and life feels a little bit mundane for them during this time. Okay, I'm also seeing with the Warrior and Mars, your future spouse could be someone who is very competitive. They also like they may take part in these competitions, whether it is a running challenge, or especially it has to do something with the physical activity. They could practice boxing, fighting, and yes, these are like their hobbies. Running, fighting, boxing, swimming. Yes, and I feel like they could also take part in these competitions at a national level. This is also reminding me of Neeraj Chopra, who is a javelin thrower, and yes, he plays at the Olympic level. So things like this. They are very into sports. That is what I see here. And again, their physical strength allows them to do these things in the best way possible. Yes, your person could come like from outside. They may come across as very, like, they have a very hard exterior. Okay, but from inside, this person is very, very soft and gentle. And yes, they just want to love you and protect you and be there by your side. They could be like very rough and tough types. Like Again, from outside, especially if this is a man, they may appear to be very angry and like they're always mad about something. But no, this is just how they are. They have a very brooded kind of expression on their face. But it depends who they are with. They don't like to interact that much with other people. They're just busy in their own world with their loved ones, doing their work. And yes, but if you are their friend or their lover, that is when you're going to see this gentle side of them, and that's just beautiful. Yes, there is something very praiseworthy about this person. Like, you're going to always respect them above all. The way they fulfill their responsibilities, their duties. Yes, you will always have very high regards for them. That is what I see here. And again, it's because more than doing all of the talking, they just do their work. They they do what is necessary, what is required from them. Okay? That is what I see. All right, now let's see. Okay, let's see something about their personality type. You're always going to feel safe with them, with this person and their company. You're always going to feel like you are protected and nothing can go wrong when this person is around you. We have King of Wands. Okay, again, it's the fire element, the yes, the energy of the warrior leader. They have a very hero-like personality. Yes. Sagittarius could be an important sign. Even Leo. We have Five of Wands, competition. Again, this talks about, yes, being very competitive or working in a field, in an environment where there is a lot of, there is some like conflict and competition around them. Your person could also take part in these debates or these arguments where like people are discussing about something important, something like politics or economy. um, they have a lot of knowledge about these things and they know how to articulate their thoughts, how to put their point out. Yes, we have throat chakra here, so your person is an excellent communicator. Yes, no one can win with them in arguments or in debates. I see like this is someone who has won a lot of trophies and gold medals. Again, they could be in the field of sports or something. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Okay, wow. These two are so opposite to each other. Okay, so yes, I was saying, that your person is very good in the way they communicate. So that is what we see with the Knight of Swords as well. It's like their their sword is their speech. Okay, it's their words. This person can literally cut someone with their words. Yes, and not only like they're arguing just randomly or mindlessly, but they have a deeper knowledge about things, about the subject that they're talking. So yes, it's very hard to win with them. That is one thing I see here. Your person is also very quick. Like there is a sense of quickness that you're going to see in this person. The way they move, the way they talk, the way they do things, the way they make their decisions. But and sometimes maybe to someone, especially to someone who doesn't know them, it might seem very impulsive, but no, their mind works very fast. They have this ability to understand things quickly and to make the right decisions just on the spot. Yes. So how sometimes when we are in a difficult situation or when we are with someone, the other person is just saying all of these crappy things. And like in that moment, we just get blank. Like for me, I just start shivering. I just get blank. I can't do anything at that time. And then I'm gonna go home, and a week later or after a month is when I will know what I was supposed to say. But this is someone who's going to do things and say the right thing on the spot, okay? Yes, things just come to them very quickly. That is what I'm seeing. Um, the Knight of Pentacles, now, this is again, like this quickness they have in them. With the Knight of Pentacles, we see they know how to balance this energy. So when I say they can cut you with your words, this is not with everyone. This is not with their loved ones, okay? With their loved ones, they know how to be patient. They know when to keep quiet. They know when to listen, okay? That is what this energy is about. Your person knows how to behave in different situations, okay? Yes, you're going to see a very different personality of them when they are with others. When they are, like, especially when they are interacting in their professional life, but they're a completely different person in their personal life. Yes, in their personal life and with their personal relationships, they're more gentle, they're more kind, more understanding. But when it comes to others, people that they are not very fond of, this person is not going to be very sparing. That is what I see here. And not that they're purposefully, getting into these fights and arguments, but it's like one thing they like to make very clear is that do not mess with me and do not mess with my family. Yes, that is what I'm seeing here. They're very ambitious. They love to be in the position of a leader, okay? They and I mean, this is someone who has a knack for it. They they are a natural visionary, okay? They know how to lead an audience, how to, in fact, sometimes, with these speeches that they make, they can just mesmerize everyone. They can literally hypnotize someone with their words and with how they articulate their thoughts. It's so clear and so, like, you cannot find any fault, and they're very confident. Yes, but not arrogant. Though sometimes they can be a little stubborn. That is also something I see. They're very competitive. They are, in fact, competition is something where they're not scared of it. They, in fact, thrive in those situations, and yes, they try to do their best. They try to improve themselves, and it's just a part of who they are and what they do. Yes. But then there's also the side to them that is more, that knows when to back down, when to make a sacrifice, when to be quiet, when to just be patient and let the other person take the lead. Yes, so this person knows how to adapt themselves in different situations. I also see that your person is they have a very good sense of humor. It can be sometimes a little too sarcastic, but yeah, I mean, they are quick witted and yeah, someone who thinks very fast. That is what I see here. For the zodiac signs, we have Sagittarius, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aries, Aquarius, Capricorn. Aquarius and Aries are more prominent. Yes. Now, let's see something about the physical appearance. My goodness, we have the Five of Wands again. Three of Wands, okay. Lots of wands coming up. And we have the sun. Yes, I was literally I was saying, with this the winter solstice that they don't like winters that much, but summer season is their favorite. And we have the sun card here. Okay, so the first thing that anyone notices about this person is their confidence. Like how confidently and how charmingly this person carries themselves. They may do and say things more effortlessly, but it makes a big difference. Yes. We see a lot of weapons here. Like here you see the sword, here we see the javelin, and then we have all of these wands. So it's like of course, I mean, this person is not carrying a literal weapon with them, but their words and their intelligence is their weapon. That is what I see. And with those things, they can defend themselves anywhere and at any time. Your person is very tall. That is what I'm seeing. And they have a very bright aura. Like again, being a leader just comes naturally to them. They have that quality. They have that, like, that much confidence and knowledge in them. They could have blonde hair, or maybe at some point in their life they have dyed their hair blonde, or maybe they could have brown hair. Again, we have this bright red color, the crimson red. That is a very, very, maybe red is their favorite color or something. Physically, as I said before, this person is very strong, okay? They're very muscular. Like you can see their abs and their biceps, that kind of thing. This person is meant to be in the spotlight. Like that is a very strong message that I'm receiving here. The sun, it talks about like how you present yourself to the world. So your person has a very charming way of presenting themselves to the world, to others. They make very good first impressions. Yeah, so overall, this is someone who's very athletic, tall. I also see with the sun, they have a very cheerful personality, and something about their smile. Yes, they have a beautiful smile. Though, I mean, when they are with other people, they're not going to smile that often. But when they do, it's just the most gorgeous smile that you've ever seen in your life. Their face is very expressive. Yes. Like you can read their expressions. That is what I see. Okay, so now let's see something about their career and their life purpose. Though I'm already receiving like either they could be a sports person or they could have their own business or they are a leader in a company or in an organization. Yes. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. And oh, you've got the Knight of Swords again. Look how gallant this person looks. Yes, there is something very charming about them. They could also love to ride horses. Again, horse racing, something like that. Okay. So, firstly, with the Queen of Pentacles, we see that financially this person is well off. Like they have already laid that foundation, okay? Where money is just coming in. Like they have planted these seeds, they have done the work, and then they are receiving the benefit for the rest of their life, something like this. The Queen of Pentacles also tells me that your person is going to have a very luxurious lifestyle. Yes, they like to invest in expensive things, and they have worked really hard to create this kind of lifestyle for them. Not just for them, but for their family as well. Yes. They're very stable and secure in their career and finances. They're also very smart with their money. Yes, and when it comes to their career, this is someone like who just makes the right decisions at the right time. Like if even if something is not working out for them, they know when to make an exit. They're not going to linger anymore and waste their time and resources. So yes, they are very discerning. And again, you see the spotlight here, And I was saying like your person is meant to be in the spotlight. They're very recognized in whatever field they are in. And it's like they're the favorite one. I don't know, whatever sports or game they play, this is the player that people root for. Yes. They are going to have a big fan following. That is what I see here. This is someone who will always be in the public eye, especially when it comes to their work, their career, you know. Yes. This person is here to create a legacy, is what I see. Yes. They could be also like they have their family business, and then, when this person they grow old, they take over, and they're going to take things to like a whole another level with their mind and intelligence and this passion they have to make it big in life. They're going to accomplish a lot of big things. Yes. So for the career, I see them like having their own business. It could be in the field of technology, because with the swords, it's about invention and research, um, or IT, computer, science. Yes. Or as I said, they could be a sports person. Yes. Even if they're not like professionally, they are not playing sports, but it is going to be a big part of their life. you know um, they love sports, they love competition, they love to win. That is what I see here. All right, so now let's see what your connection with your future spouse is going to be like. I don't even know what to say. Look at this. Leap forward, seize the moment, and let yourself be loved fully. Movement, speed, progress. Knight of Swords, and you see the person like racing. Yes, again. Um, I feel like in your relationship, things are going to progress rather quickly, like right from the beginning. Yes, there is this sense of momentum here. It's like a leap of faith that you're taking towards this person, towards this relationship, because in that moment, it feels right, okay? And you may not able to explain it, like, if someone asks you why you are in such a hurry, or what is this rush about, then you may not have all the logical answers, but in your heart it just feels right, okay? Like you meet this person, and then within a few days you start dating each other, and then they have proposed, and you've married, and everything has happened so quickly. But again, it felt right. That is what I see here. Yes. We have nurture growth. Attend to your bond with love and patience. Trust, support, playful. Two sides. Navigate the delicate balance of give and take. Time, effort, and stories. Okay, this is like opposites coming together. Two people from very different backgrounds. They have very different experiences, but still, when the time comes and when you meet this person, there is this undeniable bond between you two. Something like a strong force that is pushing you towards each other. So, for example, one of you is an extrovert, and I mean, for most of you, this is your future spouse. They are such an extrovert, and they love to be around people, they love to be in the spotlight, they love to be talked of. And the other one is just so silent and quiet and shy and an introvert, and all they want is just to stay away from people, okay? And even your lifestyles, your backgrounds, your cultures are so different, but still you're going to connect with each other on a very deeper level. And initially, you may feel like this is not even the type of person that I have wanted in my life. You know, like this idea that you have about your future spouse. in reality, your future spouse is going to be very different from that. Okay? But yes, again, it's something that you may not able to logically explain, but it feels right. With this person, it you know that you're meant for each other, and that with your love, understanding, and patience, you're going to build the most beautiful connection. Yes. So, in the beginning, this relationship is going to start by one of you taking a leap of faith, okay? And again, the logic says that maybe it's not right. Maybe you should take some time. But the heart says that just go for it. And then I see the most beautiful kind of love story unfolding here. Yes, a bond that is so sacred, so special, so unique in its own way. Yes, you're going to learn a lot from each other. You're going to grow with each other. That is what I see. And also, there is a sense of playfulness in this connection. It's like with each other, you're allowing your inner child to be free. You know, in this is a type of connection where you feel so safe to be yourself, to be vulnerable, to be silly. And yes, you're going to navigate life's challenges together. You are going to experience the most amazing things together. You're going to go on these adventures, and life is going to feel so exciting and wholesome with this person. That is what I see for you. Okay, so this is what I have for you, my dear Palamatri. I hope this reading resonated with you and provided you with some guidance or any answers that you were looking for. If it did, please do like this video and subscribe my channel. Once again, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a magical rest of your day, and I will see you in my next reading. Bye.